What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the panel Raw Coders. We no, no, sorry. It's my. I've just come back from a holiday, and I think I'm still in a holiday mode. But hang on, let's start again. Welcome back, guys, to Build, Break, and Fix show brought to you by the Raw Coders. Yes, that's us, and Tanesh is here, and I've just come back from my trip abroad. Really glad to be back and really pumped. Have you got anything to say, Tanesh, to that?
I know it's just good to have you back, Zane. Yeah, yeah, really, you do a good job in managing the project, keeping everything organized. So, I think it's really good to have you back, and you bring a lot of energy to it as well. So, yeah, great to have you back, man.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Tanesh. I'm mixing my team members names as well. That's not good. That's not good. Anyway, yeah, great to be back. And team members, friends, and colleagues like you and Kay have been really legends in continuing this stream. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate all your efforts, dedication, commitment to this show. Fantastic to have you guys. And yeah, so just a bit of a recap. I took a bit of an update from Kay and Finesh, and they have actually updated me and really impressed me actually how far they have brought the project. So really feeling blessed to have you guys as a part of the team. Um, Welcome, Tori. Good to have you, mate. Again. Uh, yeah. So they said that do you wanna go through as in what have you guys done since I was gone as a summary, and what do we plan to do today, Finesh?
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. So while you were away, we worked on doing updating the notes. So that means when we edit the notes after creating, we wanted to um, make sure it's updated in the backend. So that's one thing we did. There's a small thing we have to fix with that. Is that patch is the patch is still being called
Yeah.
when there's no changes. So
Okay. Right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we do need to fix that. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty good, I think. And the other thing we did was the deletion of notes as well. So when we click the cross, that deletes the note
Mm.
and that removes it in the backend as well. Um, yeah, so essentially that's the two biggest things we worked on during time. Today, I think we want to start off with Jira. Um, just get everything coordinated again. And I think, yeah, and this is not me like just saying it for the sake of it, but actually, like, you're like, we realize how much of like coordination and organization you've done because, like, when there was lack of it, there's like, you kind of felt it, like, you know what I mean? There's not much structure. So, yeah, like actually I think you can get us back on track in that sense for sure. And then after that we plan to work on the ensure the posting of the boards are um,
Unique.
uh, yeah, unique in the back end. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was meant to say. Yeah, so that's what we have planned for today.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot for the rundown, Tanesh. I'm really admiring how much you have improved as in overall your communication, your summarizing, and your technical ability. You're improving a lot, mate. So keep that up. Really good to see all this progress in you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, cool. So let's get cracking. I'll share my screen. Oh, it's been ages I've done this.
I think he actually, um, yeah, he does that sometimes. Give it a sec. Yeah, true. It's been ages. Tori, gotta cut him. Gotta cut him some slack. I liked how you. I liked your comment. They totally skipped Jera. That's true. Like kids who parents left for the weekend. Yeah, true. That's true.
Really sorry about that, guys. I guess I opened up Jira in the same tab as StreamYard, so it just closed it and open up my StreamYard. Yeah, so I'll just share my screen
Yeah.
again.
Um, yeah, it's been a while, man. So can you know can imagine. But I was also gonna say, saying like, did you see Tori joined us or joined me on one of the episodes as well? I'm not sure if you saw that.
I'm not entirely sure I saw that. No, did he?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. What did you guys do?
We did actually. It was yeah. Tori guided me on building a React app. We didn't finish it, but it was meant to be like a real time messaging app.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic.
yeah, so it's really good to have Tori on as well. To be honest.
Oh, that's wonderful, man. I'm really happy that you using this stream for these kind of purposes as well, though. As in, what more could I want when the stream is being used for these kind of learning purposes? It's just fantastic.
Mhm.
So, how was your experience doing that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I hadn't touched um, React in a while, so I was just
Yeah.
basically like Troy was like, write this piece of code. And I was just like writing it, but I was just like following what he had to say. But yeah, it was really fun, you know, changing up a little bit and just doing a bit of React. So it was good fun, man.
Yeah. Fantastic, man. I, one now that you have told me, I'm gonna go back and see the recording as well and learn from that as well.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna just insert these notes. Did this, did this, while, um, okay, so this can be done, put to done, right?
Um, can you put it in? What are the options actually?
Authenticate. No, I don't want. Sorry, it's trying to authenticate user. No, I don't want to do this at the moment. Nope. Um, I'm pretty sure you guys have already done the testing, isn't it, of this?
I would say put it on
Or
hold,
no?
man. Just because no, we have, but like the thing I was saying earlier, I added another ticket in that if you want to put this in done, and then maybe we can just
Oh,
we can base it off that ticket. So if you scroll
which one was
down,
that?
um, it's the last one.
Patch not being called. Patch no method being called when no changes are made to the notes. Oh, okay, right. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is the part. And okay, cool. So I'll just add this one to that and democratic and myself. Cool. So this one's there. And did you say I shouldn't put this one, right? Into
I was
done.
think Yeah, I was thinking hold, just so
Mm-hmm.
like we kind of remember, but up to you.
Yeah. This functionality has a bug. Which bug is it? Bug has issue. Has issue. Which one? Has issue. SVAT. I think I'll just add that issue to this
Mhm.
link issue. Link issue blocked by search issues. There we go. Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Link. Okay. And done the bug exists. That needs working on. Cool. So this is fine. So we can come back to this one. Put this on hold for now.
Mhm.
Okay. And hold on. Right. And but make backend talk to front end. That's there. That's all right. That's all, isn't it?
Um.
Unchecked runtime loss error.
Oh, yeah. This
What
shows
was
up
this about?
in this shows up in Chrome. So when you do live server, and we
Yeah.
haven't looked into this either, but this is and you go on the console, this shows up in the console. So something I think we need to look into it as well and fix it before we release it.
Error shows up in Chrome. Okay, cool. We will probably come back to this after we've done the um others, but it doesn't create any logical failure, does it?
No, no, it isn't.
Okay,
No.
cool. Perfect. In that case, that's the application. That's all. Jason's the other team member. All right, cool. So now what we can do is there was another unique boards ticket that should be in there. Probably I've forgotten to create that. All right. Um, insert unique boards. Okay. And the functionality should be upon when go is clicked. Actually, we might wanna do it in this way that
Mm-hmm.
when the homepage loads up,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
we might wanna already store all the boards from the database in cache.
What's on the database in cache? Okay.
So in that way, when we press, when we insert, when we type a board name and click go, it doesn't have to take a trip to database, check, and then come back and then say no or yes. So the advantage of putting all the boards in cache when the homepage loads up would be it can just compare which boards are already there in the cache. So it will save a trip from the database.
How would
That's
we?
mhm.
What boards would we store in the cache? Like the most frequently visited boards, or
All the boards.
is okay?
Because if we only store most frequently used boards, then if there's a really irregular user,
Mm-hmm.
he would be able to create the board because a duplicate board that he already had
Mm-hmm.
or that already exists in the database because the board that he created previously
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't appear in the list that we would use to compare it with.
But if it's not in the list, then can't we would just check the database? You know what I mean? Like if so um, save the boards in the cache, but also save in the DB. Then,
Mm.
if it's frequently visited, you know, I mean, what you do is like so for the frequently visited boards, you check the cache, and then if it's there, you return it. If it's not there, then go to the DB and fetch it. Is what I would have thought.
Fetch what?
The board.
Okay, so we're not talking about getting anything. We're just seeing that if the board that we want to insert already exists. If it does, then we won't let the user create that board, as in the board name.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Does that make any sense? Or where are you, as in, along which lines are you thinking?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And so, like, you want to save all the board names in
Mhm.
cache, like without the board itself, just the board names, right? That's what you mean. And then um um uh and then just retrieve it from the cache essentially.
Interesting. So just to answer Tori Littlefield, we're not gonna write all the boards into the cache. We will just store the board. We will just store the boards that are present in the database into the cache when the homepage loads up. So in that way, we don't have to talk to the database again and again. We can just talk to the cache itself. The board, yeah, exactly. Cool. So Dinesh, were you saying? Can you repeat what you said again, please?
Yeah, I was just confused saying like
Yeah.
I guess if we're just storing just the board names, then that's fine. Like I thought maybe you meant we'd be storing the whole board in the cache as well.
Oh,
But
no, 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 no. It would just be the existing board names. Um, the reason why would be is because we just want the board names not to be duplicate.
Okay.
That's all. So, for example, if you have already created, I mean, if someone has already created a board name called test one, only
Mm-hmm.
that string test
Mm-hmm.
one would be stored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. I get what
Well,
you mean.
what about the expiring the cache? So Tori, every time the app's homepage is loaded, only then we're gonna store the board names in the cache from the DB. Why not just index the board names? If we index you mean store them i- in an array? Okay, I'm not really familiar with indexing the board name. We will probably have to research that one. Dinesh, are you aware of as in indexing the board names in DynamoDB
No, no,
and how
I
that
wasn't
works?
aware of that.
Okay, that's an
Interesting.
interesting concept.
Text the
I'm
board.
gonna I'm gonna definitely look into that one. Hang on. Let's go with that. Indexing in DynamoDB. Improving data. With
Mm.
secondary index. Interesting. What is indexing in DynamoDB? Chooses indexes for primary key attributes to improve accesses. They accelerate application access and data retrievals and spare performance by reducing application lag. Aha.
That's interesting.
So basically, it won't when we so say if we even refuse to store the board names in the cache, we can just store the board names. I mean, we already have the board names, but we can just use indexes as a primary key attributes to get them. Am I right, Tori? You can use a local at table creation,
Can
local and
quickly look them up.
global.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that if that's the case, then we will still be talking to the database after every board name has been inputted. So if there's test one, we go to the database, come back. No, we can't. And then we change it again, test two, then another trip to the database, and that will really cost us in
Yeah.
querying the
True. True.
database. All right. So I'm inclined to go to the but it's cheaper than a cache, I think. How would how would it be cheaper uh, than the cache? Because every time you're checking a board name, you're doing a trip to the database, and every time you're talking to the database, and as much op- crude operations are done on the database, the more it will cost. Awesome. That's problem. Okay, so we don't really have to care about expiring, but technically I would give it an expiry of say 24 hours, because cache um ev- so the first time user loads up. Okay, I'm going a bit further off the track now. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We use caching, and I'm pretty sure it must be free because we're gonna use the local storage, and not as in every time the index page, the home page loads up, we will use local storage or caching. I think local storage is caching, isn't it?
Um,
I'm pretty sure. Hang on, I need to check that. Doubting myself now. Is local storage? Have a guess, Dinesh.
I think no.
Secondly, its inability to generate local cache for data generated on the server, but not subject to local storage, is great for relative static files and database table. I think it is to increase performance when the data is needed to potentially offer offline versions of the data.
If you scroll down a little, saying the Stack
Oh,
Overflow question.
yeah, that'd be really helpful. Okay, our limited Babacan caches data which is used very frequently. So storage, yeah, exactly. Local storage is data is a little less generated after the base which we use. Okay, so it's different. Cache is when we want to use, or we want to store frequently used data to reduce processing and loading required. And this is exactly what we want to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
local storage is based on, as in like a form info, or a bit more generic. So yes, cache is the way forward. So I'm thinking, um, I thought you meant DynamoDB cache. Um, DynamoDB cache, probably not. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the browser cache. I think so.
How would we? What's your idea of that? Saying like, what would we? What technology do we use for that? Like, is it Redis or just
Um,
connectors?
so if we want to use caching, we honestly, I need to do the solutions architect again. Sam again. Um, I think there was a, so probably not. Probably is the Redis, because that deals in data warehouse and cache. If my memory is correct,
Mhm.
it's been long. How would you choose and know about local storage? It's, it's local. How will you to use know about the local storage? Okay, so we're not talking about local storage. Sorry, we're talking about cache now. As in, there are two different things according to our research just now, as in a brand new knowledge. So, okay,
Mhm.
it's officially proved. I need to do my essay exam again.
Okay, why don't we just like maybe we come back to it and then but for now we can still work on like the uniqueness, right? Like check
Mhm,
the
mhm.
unique um whether it's unique in the like first.
Yes, so what I was thinking the approach to take, according to me, would be,
Hmm.
first of all, store all the boards, in the cache, and when the user loads up homepage, you with me?
Yep. I'm following. Yep.
Okay. And then we can, whenever we type in a board name, we can check against that list that's stored
Okay.
in the cache.
Yep.
That if the board that we if the board name that we have just typed is present in that list in the cache. If it is, then we don't allow that name. But if it's not, then the user is able to create the board name.
Yep. That makes
Yeah,
sense to me. Yeah, I
sounds
agree with
good.
that. Yeah.
Cool, perfect. So that's a really good question. What you're really challenging my essay memory now, Tori. Let's Google that. Hang on. What's the cache use for
Like storing a list or.
yeah. Caching application variable to store list of objects. We don't want to store list of objects, but this code can help. Oh, so we would use this from the HTTP context. Right. You can use the cache object for it. This data structure thread, so you don't need to know. So, do you know what's the HTTP cache object?
No, I don't.
Let's find out. So the cache is persistence storage for mechanism for request and response ordered pairs that are cached in the long-lived memory. So it's the browser cache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think we should use this one because I don't want it to have a long lived. Probably I would say every time the user loads home.html, it will populate that list in the cache.
Won't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Won't we need server cache instead of browser cache, if I'm not mistaken? Because if we want if this is browser cache, wouldn't it mean like it's on the client side that it's caching, and what we want is for the list to be cached on the server where the website's being hosted. Is that correct?
Sure, highlighted a really interesting point there. So I'm just checking if I missed anything. A server cache is a type cache that related to the site caching. Yeah. I think you're right, Dinesh, because it will do the site caching itself. Hmm. Except except instead of temporarily saving content on the client side, is stored on the site's server. Yeah, which means that every time it will load up, it will load up all the board names from the site's server itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Cool. The key content that is using the server that's closest to the end user. I like this one.
Cache contains sorted. Using the server that's closest to the end user for much faster loading times. Yep. Nice.
That's exactly what we need. Site cache, browser cache, server cache. All right, cool. So we're gonna be using server cache, which would be our Express server cache.
Okay.
Would it? That would be in the backend, isn't it? Server cache. Simple server-side cache for Express or Journal. About server-side cache. Could you show me the code? Right. We need to access in this way, I think. Memory cache. It's an npm module in express.js. Our cache middleware is the following. It basically looks for cache values using if it's found, it's a directory. Right. If it's currently no cache, it will wrap Express's send function to cache the response before actually sending it to the client and then calling in the middleware. Are you following me, Thinesh?
Briefly, I'm starting to get lost. But I get the premise. You want to, like, this would be you would do it in Express, is it?
Yes, I'm thinking they will be stored in Express
Mhm.
because we're using the Express server, isn't it? And part of the Express server is got this module called memory cache module that acts as a cache of the server. When did we can make creatures of them?
Tori says your Express app is stateless. How can it have memory? Seriously, there's one answer, and it's DynamoDB.
Is Express stateless? Interesting.
Is it?
Wow. I'm realizing how much have I gone backwards. There's one.
Give me 1 sec. I just need to put my laptop on charge.
Cool. Your Express was state how seriously that there's done with DB. Just trying to. Is it Lambda right? The Lambda is gonna execute and die. Right, I see. So you're reckoning that because the Express app is stateless, we should use DynamoDB. But how is this stateless though? The Express app. Yeah, that's true. So you're reckoning that because it's stateless, ensures serverless, it won't have memory because once it's ran, executed, and then it will die because it's done the job for that thread. True, true. Yeah,
True.
that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense, Tori. So, I guess Tori has a point though.
Yeah, true. It's a good point.
I suppose maybe you can share it in temp.
I think he's being. I don't know. I feel like that maybe he's being ironic or he's making a joke.
No, I don't know. No, he's being serious actually. Just use dynamic caching system. Okay, so we could go ahead and use dynamic caching system because if you think, then Express is actually stateless because it's serverless, so it will execute and then die. So it won't really have any memory to it, which makes absolute sense. Um, no, I'm not. No, maybe you
Install
can start
500
in temp, but okay, it's gonna die probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the only reason why we shouldn't use a server side cache is because it will die eventually when the Lambda stops running up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because that's serverless, which means that it's stateless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
It's easy
Yeah.
to use, cheap, and
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
fun. All right, cool. We can go ahead and research how to do dynamo caching and see how that treats us.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that.
Perfect. So let's what is dynamo. I haven't done this. It's the first time I'm using this. So I'm gonna do it's dynamo cache. Oh, it's a DAX. Oh yeah. How can I forget this? DAX, DAX, Miss DAX.
NH.
Filmmaker found
This is logical inference.
done your price and product
API compare.
in done. And responses are returned from the cache in microseconds. Wow, making DAX a great fit for eventually consistent read-intensive workloads.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think this would be it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, caching and I will need to get started with Dynamo DB cache. Actually, get started with learning path. I don't want the DynamoDB one. I want the cache one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, this is not that.
Mm.
Caching in DynamoDB. Okay. So, alright, we don't want this. Both services are in memory cache in the cloud offload. Okay, excuse me. Lazy loading this this strategy only load data to cache when necessary. is pretty similar to way DAX works above following the diagram might illustrate cache estimates. Uh-huh. Right for pros and cons. Time to live. Okay, I need to see how to implement this.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, cache speeds up. All things distributed. Quick to integrate dynamic.
Oh, maybe that's a good link. Okay. I mean, sorry, Zain.
Mhm.
If you just scroll down, sorry, and then it's the one. So the Amazon DynamoDB accelerated DAX, all things distributed. That one. Maybe that's a good one to start with.
So yeah, we can see that one. So traditional cache. Yeah, but
Application.
data goes there into your application and then it's stored in the cache. But cache missing applications. Ah, okay. So
Oh.
accelerate DAX will say in front of DynamoDB.
Mhm.
Ah, okay, right. I see. Saving crucial milliseconds. Case is not you can no, don't need this. Okay, here we go. So it's he is doing it in Java.
Are you familiar with Java? Zain?
Um, no, but K was.
Okay. So,
Yeah, he's a Java genius.
is he actually?
And yeah, he's pretty good in Java. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we need to create a DynamoDB client. Okay, and then get table. Um, yeah, test. Create an object of my test, and then set it up, and then DynamoDB. Then do a client. Call DynamoDB on the client, which is this one, and then get the table that we want. Then get item test table. Then I guess we're storing the table in the tests. So the the following code is for application that talks to DynamoDB. Okay. And all you have to do is point your application to the DEX endpoint with 3 lines. Okay, so our application is already talking to the DynamoDB,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So we need to point the application to our DEX endpoint with 3 lines you have added
Mm-hmm.
and in-memory cache without performing brain surgery on the application. I like how they use brain surgery. Adding DAX is as simple as the following code. Okay, so this is the DAX endpoint. Okay, so basically we need
Mm.
to create an endpoint first and
Mm-hmm.
then configure it to
Mm-hmm.
point, as in configure our application to point it to the DAX endpoint and then take it from there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, sounds
Add
good.
uh Why doesn't everyone why doesn't everyone cache?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
It's
Okay, cool.
2% time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I'm just reading what the many times it is too costly in terms of time and complexity.
Because developers have to alter some of the most critical code path. With Dex, you get fast reads, more throughput, and cost saving without having to write any new code. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this will just go on. What I would recommend, Dinesh, is that
Mm-hmm.
we go through this whole thing in our time just to have a clear kind of understanding of DAX.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds
Okay,
good. Yeah.
cool. So I'll just jump into AWS.
Mm-hmm.
Did Kay and you create a separate account for our project? Because I did get an email from rawcoders@gmail.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, we did actually. We did.
Okay.
Um,
Would you know the credentials
yeah, yeah.
of that?
I created it the other day actually. So I'll just log on.
Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen and you can just send it to me when you can on thing on private chat.
Okay, yep, I'll do that. I'll just double check it's correct.
Plus,
Could you
I'm
put
just
that?
reading. Mhm.
Could you put that link in the private chat or normal chat, whatever, so we can so I can have a look, read about it as well.
Yeah, cool. We'll do that because it'll be a really useful read just to understand it and as in the pros and cons and how to actually use it.
Mhm.
So there you go, private. Um, by the way, I've got say $100 as a credit
Mhm.
for AWS. So when you give me the credentials, I'll just upload those
Oh,
credits on the account.
awesome. Yeah. We get one. We also get 1 year, right? Free tier. Is that correct?
You yeah, the new one that we have created, it must be a free tier for 12 months. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
For some, I'm just reading Tori's comments.
Mhm.
Download is it too cheap and crazy for us. Plus, it's meant to it's plus meant to cache instead of using some weird hacking rule like storing in an S3 bucket as cache. Sorry for the name. A deal breaker for some, but I'm tolerant. What's the cost like? I would have to research about the cost, but I don't think they. I don't think they will be too much Tory. As in considering what I have been actually paying for from the past few months, it's just ridiculous amount. Uh, by the way, for apps welcome Reddit, elasticity, and cat El- Elasticache and Dax. Yeah, yeah, true. Reddit are generally used for RDS. Yeah, that's right. And the context of Carti was about him loving China. Yeah, true. He loves it, to be honest. All right, I'm gonna log into the AWS and then
Mhm.
after that, share.
Did it again. Did it again.
And again.
Did it again, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually be careful now. So every time I need to open a tab, I'm gonna right click and then open a new tab. Okay, roll cut. And this is the root user, isn't it?
Yep, I need to create an IM. Oh, you can create one if you want.
Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's fine. That would be VS5Y5M. I missed capture. 3, 2. Come on, Zane, you can do this. M67. Okay, and the thing would be, the password would be that. Okay, cool. I am in. We need to do that in Sydney. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna share my screen now.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So this is our brand new account. Let's go to DAX. Dynamo DB. Accelerator. Global accelerator. Is this the one, isn't it? DAX, here we go.
Nice.
Okay, clusters. Alright, so we need to create a cluster now. Wait. Okay, provide a meaningful name that uniquely identifies the DAX cluster. We can give it a name, Scrambler. Actually, Scrambler. Fine. Scrambler. All families, T-type families and R-type families. Compare all nodes. Wow, okay.
Families, compare all node families.
Provide a baseline level of CPU performance with the ability to burst above baseline when needed, recommended for use, requiring of throughput. Each node is allocated a fixed resource for always ready capacity. I think we can choose this one. Compare all node families. So R is for moderate and high performance. We don't need that at this stage, at least. So I think we can probably go for T-type. Yeah. Low to moderate.
For use cases requiring. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
For use cases requiring for lower throughput. So we can probably go for what? DAX T2 small, actually T2 medium. How about that?
We can always change this, right? Like, say later, we want to increase it. Then I'm sure we can.
Yeah, we should be able to. Let's just stick with a minimal, and then we can come back. And the number of so these are the number of nodes for cluster requiring high availability. We strongly recommend at least 3 nodes. You can scale the number of okay, high availability. Yeah, that should be fine. 3. Cool. Choose subnet group. DAX will assign network addresses to your cluster nodes from the subnet included in this group. Subnets also determine the availability zones. We will probably have to create new one. New subnet group must be subnet and hypervisor. So Scrambler. How about if I do scum? Scum 1. SG1. Okay, there we go. Oh, VPC comes into place. Interesting.
Tori says, okay, I think it's gonna cost you a lot. Then better check the
Yeah.
pricing. We should check the pricing, I think.
Pricing. Because as soon as I heard VPC, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna have to think about it again. Or already experienced in that. Nope. Pricing of that pricing.
Did you turn that off, say? In
Of course I did.
yeah, fair man, yeah, that's a good call.
It was making me bankrupt me.
Yeah.
Pricing on-demand capacity. Let's use this calculator. Okay, oh no, we need it in Sydney. Need it in Sydney. There we go. Sydney DynamoDB provision on demand.
Oh, we need the third one, right? DynamoDB
Dex.
accelerated
Yeah.
Dex clusters.
Clusters, yeah, cool. Free, we don't need a large one. We need a small one. We can always come back if they have the small one. Wow. They haven't
Maybe
got the small one.
type small, say, like in there.
Oh, okay. I need to type it as well.
So T2, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing it for testing purposes.
Oh wow. And look at the cost.
Oh, no. I'm not going near that. How about if we do just one node? Oh, no. This is still
It's
alright. This is still alright. But no way. No.
it's pretty expensive, bro.
It is expensive. All right. So we have explored what today? Let's
You
just
want
call it a day for
me?
today. We want to reach to recent. I wish I had a small conversation.
I
That's
think
small. Okay. I think I'm gonna put bed January. No way, no way. It can't be that much, Tory. 0.04 cents an hour. It can't. We've just checked it, and it's costing us what? A lot more than that. It's approximately 45 USD per month, which if you do it with as in an hourly rate, that would come to what 44 53 divided by say 30.
mm-hmm.
This is per day,
per day
and then
divided by 24.
24. Actually, yeah.
Wow.
No, we're not gonna go down that route unless we really need to, because this will, as in, accumulate to a much higher one when we go live.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to think about that one. Let's, as in, give it a bit of thought, and we can come back to it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
good.
perfect. So you wanna close off?
Yeah, sounds good. So today we essentially were looking into how we're gonna ensure that uniqueness in the board names in the DB. One way we're thinking of is having a cache sort of system. We thought of different ways we're working with it on with Tori, but essentially we thought of using DAX, DynamoDB DAX. But yeah, just looking at the cost in the last few minutes, it looks like it's going to cost us a bit too much. So yeah, we'll have to come back to that in the next stream.
Sounds good. That was a pretty good summary. So yeah, thanks Tori and everyone for joining us. Been a pleasure as always, and really good to be back in action. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night, same place, same time, and
A different task,
same task probably.
kind of. Same task.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. All right, guys. Have a good night. Cheers. Bye.
See you guys.